John Caveman. I've been promising a new video for a long time now, but I've been out of town almost constantly. So I'm actually here at the Newark airport. I just landed and I didn't want to waste any time. I'm going to film a video right now. First of all, I installed the Viper Smart Start, so I get alerts and stuff via the app, and I can also start and unlock and lock the car with the app. I'll do a more comprehensive video of that later. The seats are actually kind of dirty, but I replaced both of these seat covers. I got some covers from the seat shop, and honestly, I'm not happy with how that turned out. These seats are okay, but I'll do another video going into a little more detail about those. Here in the door panel in the front, I don't know how well you can see that. Of course, the Tahoe front doors have a separate component mount here, so I've got a tweeter and a separate. These are Rockford Fosgate T1s, and of course, these are the component speakers in the back door. There's only room for one speaker. You don't have a separate tweeter mount, so I've got the coaxial, the Rockford Fosgate T1 coaxials back here. Mounted the amp and also a 2,000 watt inverter underneath the seat here. 600 watt amplifier, 5-channel. It runs the 4 speakers and also a sub in the back. Let's see, I've got a little block there to split the power between the amp and the inverter. This is a rad inverter. It's been pretty cool so far. The ultimate test is to see if it'll run a heat gun. Haven't tried that yet, but I'll do another video soon testing that out, see if it can actually power a heat gun. Here in the back, we installed a Rockford Fosgate 8-inch flush mount speaker in the factory location. It would have fit in the factory box, but it would have required some modification, so we actually just built a custom box under there and just replaced it. Pulled out the factory box and put in the custom box. It's inconspicuous. People can't peer in your window, see a big speaker box back there, and then break into your car. This is a lot safer. I'll put a clip of how it sounds, but of course, you're not going to get the full effect through the microphone on the camera and just whatever speakers you might be using, but this thing kicks. It's awesome. I was able to bolt this one in without needing any modifications to the factory box, but this thing was just a teetotal piece of shit. I think it took me about a day to blow this, so I'm just going to throw this in the trash. This Rockford Fosgate speaker in here just kicks ass. I can't say anything bad about it. I absolutely recommend it. For an 8-inch speaker, it sounds fantastic. Got a few mods in here. We've got this double DIN Kenwood head unit. It's okay. It's the best one I could find. It's full nav, but of course I don't even use the built-in nav. I just use Apple CarPlay, and that allows me to use Apple Maps. I've been told that if I upgrade my version of my iOS on my iPhone, that I'll also be able to use G-Maps, which would be sick. That's what I would prefer to do. But the GPS that's built in really sucks. It's probably not so bad if you live in the middle of the country or something, but I live in New York City, and it's all the time giving me the wrong route. And New York City, if you get the wrong route, that can take a 45-minute trip and turn it into a 2-hour trip. So, and that's happened to me with this thing. So, actually not super happy about this head unit, but I mean, it sounds good. Under here, I had the cigarette lighters, and I pulled out 2 of them and put in USB cables. Of course, that goes right to the head unit. I used to have right here, this little spot used to be an OnStar module, and who the hell cares about OnStar? So I ripped that out and put in this factory cubby. So what I normally do is just leave my phone sitting right here on this little ledge. I've got my short USB cable. In fact, let me put the camera down and I'll plug this in. Oops. So yeah, I just plug that in, and then I can use Apple CarPlay, and it'll play Spotify or whatever I want on my phone. See, I actually just had a glitch with it. That's one of the things I really hate about this head unit, or maybe it's CarPlay, I'm not sure, but like this head unit locks up all the time, and the only way to fix it is to unplug your phone. See, right now it took it a minute to figure out that it was already running CarPlay, but it sounds good. So, man, these Rockford Fosgate T1s have excellent mid-bass. It just sounds really good inside the car. Great sound quality. Right now I've got the bass turned down. This is where we installed the gain knob for the sub. It allows me to turn up and down the sub volume independent of the stereo, so that's pretty awesome. I actually use that a lot. So having the big screen for the navigation definitely is pretty cool. I appreciate that. You see my phone down there, so now I don't have to mount my phone on the dash and use it for navigation. So although I'm not super happy with the head unit, I like that feature a lot. So right here behind the rearview mirror is where I've mounted my Kenwood driving camera. This thing's supposed to have a lot of really cool features, but I've not really used it much yet. In fact, I don't even have a SIM card in it right now, so it's not able to record something. Apparently it does like constant recording, and if there's an event, like it'll record and then loop over itself as to not fill up your memory card. But if there's some sort of an event, like an accident or something, it will then store that footage and not overwrite it. So this thing's supposed to be pretty cool. I can operate it from my Kenwood, so if I just hit menu and then camera, so I've got my forward view there, and I think I can just tap here actually, and where is it? There, and then I get my rear view camera, so that's pretty cool. I can tap and just go back again, forward, rear, so I've got cameras in both the front and the back. That's pretty cool. Of course, I also installed this reverse camera, this Kenwood, which works well with my Kenwood head unit. This rear bumper's new. It's a Hammerhead, super heavy duty bumper. I love it. It's great. Got these awesome side steps here. This part here is kind of like a fish hook. I accidentally came too close to the car and ripped the whole front fascia off their car. Grill installed, which is pretty rad. So that's about it for now. I think that's most of my mods. Like I said, I'm going to probably do a separate video that talks more about the Viper Smart Start app and the service. Might do another video talking about these seat covers, also these leather seat covers from the seat shop. I forgot to mention, I also had to fix the air conditioning. It wasn't working. New compressor. And also I had to install a new transmission. I mean, this vehicle has 197,000 miles on it, so it's probably about time to replace the transmission, but it was destroyed. Like, I couldn't even rebuild it. I had to put a new one in there. So, I mean, it's running fine now, but, you know, definitely ate into my mod budget. But anyway, I've got a lot of new mods coming up. I'm going to paint the thing. I'm going to put Brembo 6-piston brakes on it. I just have a list of other stuff I'm going to do, but paint's the main thing. You see how shitty the hood looks with just the primer, and it shows up fingerprints and marks all over it. It looks pretty bad. So I'll have that up as soon as I can. But anyway, in the meantime, thanks a lot for watching. I appreciate it. Like, subscribe, and let me know. Give me some suggestions. What should I do next? Appreciate it.